hitting the bar. The bar must move. I don't know. I can't tell. It's not doing anything. Mute. Hello, hello. Which I'm just wondering if it's picking my voice up from the speaker in. Is it picking my voice up from the camera up there? It should be from the actual headphones. We'll see. Anyway, I assume I've never actually re-listened to one of my videos, so I have no idea if it's actually working. Could be. Whatever. Yeah. Right. What was it? Okay, so what's happened this week? Haven't really progressed much with exercise. Mostly because I've been lazy. That's mostly why. Not because I can't, but because I just haven't put the effort in. That's basically it. I don't know. Haven't done much. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still sorting out my broadband. Yeah, it was a bit of annoyance. There was a bit of slowdown on that, but should be getting sorted by next week. So hopefully I'll have that sorted. I've got KO now, so I can watch the sports. That's good. I get tired of missing out on all the sports, so it's nice to be able to, watch the sports. That's good. Yeah, haven't really done a lot of productive. I haven't been overly productive this week in my free time. I don't really know why. I guess I was just, yeah. It is what it is sometimes. What can I say? I don't know. I don't always have things to talk about. That's one thing I think people get a lot of mistaken with. They think that I'm a chatterbox and I never stop talking and I have non-stop things to talk about, which isn't true. A lot of times when I see people, it's just because I haven't seen a human being for a while. So it's like, oh, I can talk to someone. That's nice. That's kind of what it is. Some people might be like, oh, that's the mystery solved. Yeah, that's it. There's not really a great mystery. It's just, yeah. Oh, I will say it has been exceptionally cold this year, especially this month, over this month. It's been so cold. I would say it's been the coldest year I've ever experienced in a long time. Who's buzzing? Let me just check the old phone. Oh, do I? Good stuff. What was I saying? It's definitely been the coldest year I have experienced in a long time. Too cold. Too cold. Who decided that? Who decided that? Someone needs to kick them and say, take that. That's for making it so cold, you. Right? Yeah. And no, I don't know. I really do need to be more productive with my free time. I keep saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I don't know what stops me. I don't think anything stops me. I think me just stops me. I mean, I get so caught up in work, and then I love my job and I love being at work and doing things at work, and then I forget to have a life outside of work, which, that's sad. But, that doesn't mean that, I don't want to. It just, like I do my shooting club, and that's kind of my social thing at the moment, and that's been going all right. I've been making some steady but slow progress. Trouble is when you don't it's it's hard to catch up with everyone. There's a lot to do to improve, and it's like doing martial arts. It's all muscle training. Like, I know a lot of people think that in martial arts, like you see people. It's a good example actually. Uh, you see a lot of like black belts and below, and I say black belts because they do training basic. And you'll say to yourself, why do they train basic so much? Well, it's because when something happens, like things happen so fast that our brain doesn't get a chance to think, and we just have to react on muscle like training, like how our muscles been trained. So the earlier you start training on something, the better your reactions are going to be. So if something happens, you're not going to just go, oh, I don't know, like your brain will just go, oh, I got to do that, got to deflect, push, like something like that, That's basically why in martial arts, that's basically it. That's the reason. It's not really. That's why you train for years before you get any good at it. It's not because like you can't look if you are getting one of these bullshittos. Is that how you say it? Is it or is it bullshitto? You would say it. I don't know. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. I'm laughing at my own jokes. That's how funny I am. And I know someone go, oh, now you were really bad. Anyway, so if you receive a black belt at a bullshitto dojo, Mick dojo, within like one and a half, 2 years, and you're going like, oh, I don't know, like twice a week, 3 times a week, we'll make it reasonable. Bull crap that you are a black belt. Like, that is not, no. You have to be training so much in your spare time to acquire that belt, to be considered decent. Because you have to be training, like I said, you have to be training your muscles to react without thinking. That's what you have to be doing. And you know what? When someone's trying to fight you, I can tell you from many, many times in my life, like fighting people, hate fighting people. It's like one of the worst things to do is fight people. I'll say, yeah, don't think there's some sort of joy or enjoyment from it. Like, nah. If you do it enough times, you won't like it. Because there's only a couple of things that you will realize about fighting other people. You get hurt, they get hurt. That's it. That's about the only thing you're going to take away from it. There's nothing else to take away. But anyway, you have to be training your body to react without thinking. And yeah. What if I can I wonder if I can. No, I feel like I'm going to laugh too much trying to do it, so I won't. Oh, well, talking about McDojos, obviously the big talk was Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are talking about fighting each other, and obviously none of us think that's real, but on the off chance that they do decide to go through with it, and I really don't know why a 51-year-old Elon Musk, who's out of shape, would want to fight a 39-year-old guy who does jiu-jitsu. Like I admit, Mark Zuckerberg is not a big. I'm bigger than Mark Zuckerberg, and I'm not a big person. I'm not. I was considered myself a small person, but like Mark Zuckerberg's 5'7". He'd probably weigh about between 160 and 180 pounds max, I reckon, and which is like, let's convert it to kilos. It'd be like 68 to 78 kilos, round, give or take. That would be about what Mark Zuckerberg's size would be. and he's going to fight Elon Musk, who's 51, and probably, well, Elon's got a size on him, that's no doubt. Elon will be between 90 to 100 kilos, so he'd be about 200 to 225 pounds. Like, give or take again. I mean, size he would give to Elon, but I don't know if Elon can fight. I don't know why a 51-year-old would want to fight a 39-year-old. Like, most people at that age tend to go, nah. Like, what's the point? Like, let alone a couple of billionaires who've got so much money they don't need money anymore. Like, none of them need money. Like, that's how rich they are. Like, but yeah, like, they're gonna fight. Well, I will watch that. Okay, I will pay money to watch that fight, and I just got KO Sports, so I can watch the sports. If those two are going to duke it out on television for the public's enjoyment, uh, sign me up. I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight. I will pay money for that fight. I will pay money, real money, to see two billionaires beat the crap out of each other for our entertainment. Absolutely. I don't care if they can't fight. I don't care if it's a slap fest. I don't care if one of them's just got the other in a nookie and it's just go, say uncle, say uncle. I don't care. I would pay money for that. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't? I will even say I would pay up to $100 to see those two beat the shit out of each other live on air. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that me and probably lots of other people in the world would pay that kind of money to see that. Like, how often would you ever get to see two billionaires beat the hell out of each other? Next one I want to see then is Lex Luthor versus the winner. And of course, Lex Luthor is the owner of Amazon. But, you know, I mean, my money would be on Lex Luthor because he's used to fighting Superman. But hey, it's all right. Like, come on. Like, anyway, all I'm saying is Lex Luthor versus the winner. Oh, that would be pure enjoyment. And again, my money would be on Lex because I think Lex is more driven for victory than Elon or Mark Zuckerberg. Like, yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know what gets. Why would they want to even fight? I don't know. Like personally, they could just get up tomorrow and go, you know what? I don't care. They're so rich. They could hire people that look like them to just fight each other, and they could be sitting in the back top balcony going, I'm not actually fighting. So-and-so is fighting for me, who is a black belt in such and such and such and such. That's what I would do. I would just hire a lookalike who's a black belt in whatever to go fight the other one and trick them. And I suppose that they both could do that, and that would kind of defeat the purpose. But that's that. Look, all I'm saying is, on the scale of entertainment, it would certainly be entertaining. I dare say it would be entertaining. Nothing wrong with a bit of entertainment. It's like the owner of a gladiator company doing the fighting instead of the gladiators. Like, the gladiators would be like, all right, if you're going to entertain the crowd, we're not going to risk our lives. We'll just, do what you want. So, yeah, enjoy. Hopefully that happens. I wonder if it's because Zuckerberg's upset because Elon is like the Thomas Edison of this era, and Zuckerberg would be like Tesla, because Tesla got no recognition for his work, even though he did financially did quite well, but he never did as good as Edison, whereas Edison just bought everything. Like, he was like, oh, you've got great ideas, I'll buy it. I mean, Edison actually didn't invent that much. It was just, he just bought all the patents and everything. I see what Elon does, and that's essentially what I think of the two. Like, I think Elon isn't really the great engineer genius that people give him credit for. He's a great businessman. That's what Elon is. What you should take away from Elon is how to be aggressive in business and successful. You see, the two don't go hand in hand. What a lot of people think, like people think being aggressive in business is smart. Well, I'll tell you, it isn't. If you are stupid, if you are stupid, being aggressive in business is stupid. You won't make any money. You'll just lose all your money very, very fast. You have to know what you're investing in, why. You have to know when to show you might be ballsy, and you have to know when to hold back. Like, it's just fact. Now, you might say, well, if you know all that, why aren't you rich? Well, it's because I never really had the opportunity to invest. After I do tax this year, I should organise that actually, try and organise it next week. Um, yeah, basically, yeah, if once I know what my financial situation is after tax, then I will go from there. So, yeah, I don't know what my tax rate will be for this year. I don't know what I have to pay because I got paid out a bunch of holiday leave, and yeah, that was why I was able to get a whole bunch of stuff done around the house. And like, well, I've got a bit of extra money saved that I can use for investing. And I think that's I think God, I think in her infinite wisdom, I think that's what she is sort of hinting at me to do, and giving me the opportunities and the drive to do that. And you might say, oh, don't be so melodramatic, and but I think things happen for a reason, right? I do truly believe that. I truly believe the universe puts us on a path of a place of where we need to be when we need to be it. We need to like overcome certain hurdles in our life and have certain challenges put before us. And the only way that that happens is if you accept the path that God and the universe, or however you want to look at it, has for you. And a lot of people that rebel against the plan, they always fail, right? So that's why, because without trying to get too preachy, you're rebelling against the plan that is set before you. And look, you don't have to like the plan at first, but as long as you learn to work the plan within your ability, and I guess, look, I don't know. I'm getting confused. But look, all I'll say is that there is a plan. I prefer, and you might often hear me say God is a woman, but that's because I prefer the idea of God being a woman than a man. Like, as if God can be any gender, that's fine with me. Like, like I don't want some old white beard guy in the sky. Like, that's your thing, not my thing. Like, yeah, I prefer a woman I can slip. No. You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, look, I'm not saying that anyone. Look, I'm not trying to give anyone advice or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, from my own experiences in life, we all go through a rebellious phase. We all go do this. We all do that. Like, you know what I mean. The best advice I can give you to jump the shark, so to speak, is follow the plan. That's like, for the longest time in my life, and I know a lot of people wouldn't really believe this, but I really didn't get to choose what I wanted to do or why. I ended up in like, okay, I wanted to get in the police force for a while. After the army thing didn't work out, so I ended up going to security, and I thought that would help me. Turns out, police didn't care about what job I did prior to wanting to join the police force. That was they just wanted to see like consistency at a job. That was what they cared about. Which they should have just said that on their thing. I'm not saying that we're all adults. We're all capable of making our own decisions. The reason why I look down on security is because it pays so little that you just generally have no life. You work terrible hours and you get paid crumbs off the table from billion-dollar companies that make so much money off your time, and yet you get nothing. I mean, the only people making real money in the security industry is the security company themselves. So if you're a security company, then you're making good money. Like if you own the company, you're going to make good money. If you're just some peon in the system, nah, you won't make nothing. So I did make some good friends from security though. So there is that. But I did learn a lot of life lessons there. There is that. Absolutely. Like I said, it's not all negative. But as far as getting my life sorted out, I mean, all my friends, they earn way more money than me. They all did way more. That's because you're doing a job that's probably a retirement job, really. It's not really a job for a young person. If you're a young person, I do not recommend security at all. Go to a trade or something. Like, go do something that uses your brain. Don't waste your time doing something that is going to lead you nowhere and get you nothing in the end. You'll end up walking away with nothing. You won't have enough money to do anything. So what's the point? We don't turn up for work for thanks. So my recommendation would be, that's obviously what you need to do. I would say, again, security is something, the only time a young person should be doing a job like that is if you are studying, right? So if you're studying, it would work out all right. But as far as, trying to get ahead in life, no, not at all. Don't do it. Don't do it. You won't make enough money to get your life sorted out. I knew one guy who was making reasonable money from it, and I found out how he did it. He basically was working a day job, and then he was working the security job at night. So he was absolutely flogged out. Like mentally, would have just been absolutely flogged out. Yeah, it was making good money, but yeah, doing two jobs to get two full-time full-time pays, like to survive. Come on, that is not life. That is not life. You just turn around and go, people need to say in those situations, no, you don't pay enough for us to do that, so I'm not doing it. Tough. But that's that industry. It's lonely, it's boring, and it pays so little. It ain't worth jack. So don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. I wasted 13 years of my life doing that job. I wouldn't go back to it for obvious reasons. There's so many things you could be doing with your life other than something like that. So don't do it. Good. Anyway. Lovely. I do not know how I've managed to boa constrictor this chair. Whatever. I don't ramble about stupid jobs. I had a good idea for a YouTube video. I was watching Adam Savage video, and he was talking about Mythbusters, and he was talking about what was it? It was a potato cannon that shot a net, and Jamie was using it to basically try and catch pigeons for a myth regarding pigeons in a truck, something like that. And he described this potato cannon. I'm gonna go get the paper that I drew, that basically sort of gave me the idea of how to make this net gun, because what he was describing was fun. Yes, that's what the only thing is I haven't made a potato cannon or anything like that for a long time. In saying that, I know how to make a potato cannon. I can certainly make one that will work. Anyway, let me just go get my diagram. It'll make sense to you when you see the potato cannon. I just want to test something. Hello. Blah, 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 blah. It certainly does not seem to change when I get closer to the camera. I thought it might be the microphone on the camera that was picking up, and not the microphone on the headset. Whatever. Uh, is that better? I don't know. All right. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. Right. So here it is. All right. So that gives you an idea of what I'm talking about here. So it is basically just it's basically just a standard potato cannon with 6 additional cylinders, empty cylinders that hold tennis balls. So there's no explosives in that part, just the potato cannon. So you only got 1 explosive, and then you put the net in front of the potato, and then the net has like all the tennis balls tied to the sides of the net, so that it spreads out like and catches whatever it is you're aiming at. Obviously, it's probably never going to catch anything, because a net with tennis balls is not going to catch anything or hold anything. I mean, that's just silly, but it does sound hilarious, so I would definitely give that a go. It is just a potato cannon after all. They're just basic cannons. Basically what it is. Like I said, I don't know if it's not an expensive project. Building a potato gun is not that expensive. Getting PVC pipe is relatively cheap. You get it all from the hardware store. Getting a stove lighter isn't that hard. You just get a cap and you just fill the back canister up with gas. Usually less is best when it comes to gas. So you want gas to work with oxygen. So people that just pour gas in there thinking it's going to make it more powerful. Well, it doesn't always work like that. It's to do with like combustion. So it doesn't. And also PVC pipe is not very strong. So you really don't want to be containing a explosive on your shoulder that you've just pumped up with like half an aerosol can. You know what I mean? Like that would be incredibly stupid, and that's how you hurt yourself. Obviously, there's some tricks you can use to make it a little bit stronger. Personally, I would just wrap it in some plumber's tape and then put maybe some other tape around it, like plumber's tape and just some regular tape, I think. You might say, why? Well, that's not going to stop it exploding if it does, but it will stop fragments from hitting you. It'll catch the fragments, and it will potentially either guide it away from you or absorb it, and sort of, it won't do as much damage to you, is what I'm saying. It's not going to prevent it from happening. Like plumber's tape and gaffer tape isn't going to do that, but it will act as a fiber layer, like wrapping something in like fiber, like a banana leaf or something. Like it's not gonna do a lot. Like it's not gonna, like, you're not gonna like not get harmed if it decides to erupt in your face and put hot plastic on you or something, or jagged bits. Like, it's the idea is that it will catch the jaggeds and not let them hurt you, is what I'm saying. So that's what you would do to make it a little bit more safer. Again, it's pretty much impossible to make a potato gun completely safe. I've seen a lot of people do it. Most people, when they make the really like those really powerful potato guns, they're actually more of an air cannon than they are a potato gun. Whereas you could basically put anything in there. Potatoes, just because you can get a potato of any size and basically cut it to whatever you need it to fit, and then it fits. And then, yeah, like the better this It's got to be able to slide in there. Gun, I will admit, I believe the Jamie one had, because it's Jamie, I think he had explosives in each little part there, um, to shoot the tennis balls out with the potato net thing. But do you need to do that? No, that would just make things a lot harder and more complicated. Uh, you got to keep it simple when you're doing like a project, and it's more likely to work the more simple you keep it. So doing that's kind of dumb, but it is what Jamie would do. So I have no doubt that he put little explosives with his tennis balls as well as with his net, and it probably had about 7 different explosives. They were probably all very small. They probably all went off. It probably worked, but I mean, really, you could get the same result from a standard potato gun. Just have these as a holder for your tennis balls that have no resistance. They're just there to hold the tennis balls. All they're there to do, shoots the net, done, easy. Um, I would genuinely laugh if that actually worked. I think it would be quite funny. I could just imagine shooting it at a bunch of birds and catching a bird with it. Like you'd be looking at it going, that shouldn't have worked, but it did. You gotta feel sorry for the bird. You gotta let it go. But you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure you're a pissed off bird. Like you'd be like, what the hell was that for? But you know what I mean? It would be funny. Um, yeah. Look, I'm just saying. I want to actually give this potato gun thing a go. So don't be surprised to see a video. Hopefully, not too far down the track. Hopefully, I'll have enough sorted out that I can look at something like that, and we can have a look at Mr. Potato Gun and give that a go. I haven't done, like I said, I haven't done a potato gun in a long time. I've seen some good ones. My ones were crap. The worst mistake I made with a potato gun, and you would just be like shaking your head with, how dumb can you possibly be? Okay, so here's me. I've got Mr. Potato Gun. I've made it so big and shoved a potato in it. I've filled it full of gas, and I've got the stove lighter on. Click, 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 click. Nothing. Why isn't that working? That's odd. How strange, right? So I take out the potato, or what I think, yeah, it was a potato. I'm looking down the barrel, click, 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 click. Next thing you know, there's great big fireballs coming at my face. Like, all I've done is gone, like, push the thing away. Yeah, yeah, let's just say, yeah, yeah, and I can tell you why it didn't work. It's because I filled it with too much aerosol and it had no oxygen to burn. So as soon as I took the potato out and started filling up with oxygen, ta-da, you know, boom, oh, it's going to work. But there you go. That's why less is best. You don't need lots and lots and lots to make it work. Yeah, you know, what you do as a kid, and that. I can't remember. I think I did something even more dumb as a kid one time. And you'll probably say, how on earth did you not blow your face up? Okay, so I wanted, I can't remember what kind of a can it even was. It was a can of something, and it had some like it had some stuff in there, and I wanted the liquid. I wanted the liquid out of it. I don't know what it was for. I can't remember what stupid project I had in mind. So to get it out, I decided to get an axe and attack it with an axe to get the liquid out of a can, aerosol can. Of course, as soon as I broke the can, luckily enough for me, it had been drained off enough that there wasn't really anything in the can, and everything else just evaporated. But it wasn't until much later that I was like thinking about going, I was really, really stupid. I could have hurt myself really bad, like really, really bad. That was about as dumb as you could get. And it was for one of those projects where you're just like, why did I need that? I could have just bought that somewhere else. Like, I could have got the liquid somewhere else. I didn't need what was in the can. But for some reason, I thought the only way I could progress this project is by getting the liquid out of this can. I don't even remember what the project was. I can't remember what it was. I don't know what it was for. I don't know what I had hoped to achieve by doing that. Yeah, it's one of those things where you're just like, no, don't do that again. Yeah, for obvious reasons, don't do that again. Well, anyway, I think that's enough rambling for one day. Now, last week we had band names to finish the video. Suppose we should do some more. Okay. Female pop group. Band name should be with female pop groups, it's always going to be a lot of sexual innuendo. So that's like the key to making a good pop group. Invisible bra. Nah. Not subtle enough. That's not subtle. It's about as subtle as a sledgehammer to the face. I will admit that it's pretty difficult to come up with a name. I shall try. I'll spitball off the top of my head. Sexual innuendo. I'm assuming there's like 5 girls dressing slutty. They can probably sing, but the whole point is that you're not listening to the music, you're looking at the videos. Video monogamy. That sounds like a song. It doesn't sound like a band name. Pleasure Cats. It's kind of similar to the Pussycat Dolls. That works. It feels like it's just like leeching off another one. It's not like a standalone idea. Sugar, no, too close to Spice Girls. Can't do that. Trying to think. Siren sound. People probably don't get the reference. Sirens being supposedly this pleasurable voice for sailors so much that they risk their lives to get there and die. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people would really get the reference to the mythology. Sometimes being too subtle is not good. You know what? I'm stumped. I got nothing. I really thought about that, and yep, I got nothing. So, yeah. All right. That's all I got for you. Please take it easy, guys. And yeah, I don't know who watches this videos or why, but hey,